Well, we're stuck in because of COVID, so yeah. Yeah. Any initial thoughts on what's going on, Grubgun, with the COVID and how to handle it?
Well, I mean, like when it first happened, I didn't even know, like I wasn't even keeping track of how, like what it was. Like it kind of snuck up on me because I'm just at work and I just didn't really notice like that this was getting worse and worse. I just because my life was just work, home, and then sleep and wake up. I didn't watch the news. I didn't know that, I heard stories about it, but I didn't really hear that how bad it was until, everyone started wearing masks and people started dying. So, it kind of caught up on me pretty fast.
Yeah, I think like I was hearing about it on some stuff, and I saw it on some search things on YouTube, and I just thought it was gonna be like a SARS thing where like we're not affected. Like Kelowna, I know Vancouver might have been, but I know like where I live, like it was just something you saw on TV. Like you know what I mean? It was just on TV type of thing, and like it was like you couldn't really relate. But yeah, like this stuff actually hit home here, and people are affected, and yeah, they're shutting down the whole world. New York has never been shut down before, and
Right.
I remember in my town people started taking it serious when they shut down the sports. So that's what I can tell you.
Right. Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like it's certain things like you relate to when certain things start turning off and shutting down, then you start realizing, oh, well, this is actually a real thing that may actually affect me, like it's just so weird. Like when I'm at work, like at the grocery store, like, and then they started putting up like lines of tape on the ground and, putting up, plastic guards over the cashiers and, like people started like all of a sudden the shelves started slowly emptying of toilet paper every single day. I was like, oh, so something's happening here. And like, it's not affecting me because, who cares? All I do is work. But like obviously it's affecting other people in ways that I just don't understand.
Yeah, no, I just looking at a weird thing because like I've struggled with mental health stuff, and I was just like, poor me, I'm stuck in, I don't feel good, I feel groggy, and then I can't go anywhere, and then yeah, the whole world gets shut down, and people on a respirator, so I kind of had to not be so selfish. It made me reflect, like okay, like things could be a lot worse, and yeah, times are a lot worse. It is a little scary. Like whatever you believe in the virus or not, and whatever side you're on, it's still freaky how like they're pushing this kind of not pushing what they can get away with, and or pushing people like walk this way, stand here. I mean, I know it's all safety measures as well, but it's still kind of scary because they've shut down like nail salons, they've shut down all this stuff that we go to.
Well, anything where there's contact with other people, and like that's the thing. Like no stores are open, like except for grocery stores and like very few other places, like coffee places maybe. But like five people in the coffee place at a time, and you got to be 2 meters apart. And like that's the thing is that like slowly but surely it's sinking in when our prime minister comes on TV every single day and says, "Stay home." Like don't go out. And if you have to go out, don't go near anyone. It sinks in eventually that, yeah, don't go out. Like,
Yeah, it
this is
sinks.
real.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, no,
it's a
for
real
sure.
thing.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, I know a lot of people don't really believe it's much, and a small flu, and some people have said it's much more, and there's a lot of all that on there. But yeah, they're telling you to stay home, and yeah, Trudeau. I don't like him because I like my handheld. I like seeing these little reports by him, even if I just take
Right.
it as is. But I mean, I there's something about him. I know he's not always liked by people, but yeah, it's kind of
Well, yeah.
see.
And
Yeah.
at least he sounds concerned.
Yeah, he
That's
does
at the
sound
very
concerned.
least.
He does actually, and he's easy on the eyes a bit. I know like lots of people think like these are puppet masters and all that, but I'm just trying to take it in normally and just watch it for whatever. But I mean, yeah, no, he seems like they care, and yeah, but a lot of people I hear them complaining that he isn't getting the money out fast enough. But then I guess,
Well,
yeah,
uh,
I
you know,
know.
I can verify that the money does has come out, and
Mhm.
and it came out in very few days after I applied for it. So
Mhm.
that really
That's good.
happened.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think it was just because, yeah, like if you weren't laid off yet or something, and other technical things, and then they were changing some stuff. But
Oh, for sure. Well, that's the thing is that you had to, people were applying for employment insurance, and the people who applied for employment insurance can't apply for that emergency, whatever relief fund thing. So, like, so there was like a screw up. There's always screw ups, right? Because they don't know how bad it's going to be. And it's just, everything's just a work in progress. I'm just glad I waited.
hmm yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I hope people get the help they need and all that. Like that part of it's just crazy. The financial part. I mean, I've seen so much stuff with like how people are handling it. Like people, with kids and families and small businesses, and now they're stuck with their kids at home all day and jumping off the walls. They can't even go to parks and.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, it's a nightmare. And I mean, like small businesses will they won't be able to reopen because they'll just won't have the money. Like
Mhm.
it's getting to be the point where it's like late spring, early summer where people like will be buying stuff. The Christmas blues are all over and people want to spend money and go out and do things. And there's no businesses and the businesses won't make any money for months. There's going to be businesses that are just going to tank and close down because small businesses can't maintain 4 months of no income.
Yeah, no, I know. In today's update, shutting stuff and these type of measures maybe for a year to whenever when the vaccine is made, and it's just that's a lot for people. Like my sister works in the medical field, like as in the supply department, so she's just through the roof with issues. My mom's in mental health and addictions, like you're right in there with the people, and it's just total chaos at this point.
Oh, no, exactly. And I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, for us, like, you worked in a place where people came in all the time, and I work in a place like a grocery store. So, like, I'm in, we were quote unquote, like, on the front lines. There were people coming into our stores who we know had that.
Oh yeah, especially in Vancouver.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that's the thing. Like, the reason why I decided to not go back to work was somebody at my work had it, and they'd had it for 2 weeks prior to them like finally realizing they had it. And I not only shared, a change room with this guy, I shared a bathroom with this guy and a lunchroom with this guy. I never saw the guy, but he saw people during the day that I saw in the morning. So I was in indirect contact with this guy for 2 weeks.
That's incredible.
No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
ridiculous. Like it just hit home. I'm like, well, I'm not going back to work.
hmm
To hell with that. Like, there's no way. Like, they put me in danger, and they just kept fobbing it off. Like, oh no, it's fine. We wiped everything down with a Clorox wipe. I'm sure that'll be fine.
hmm
Like, nah, I don't care what you do.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, they're not. Yeah, it's just because they're not shutting it down. So I guess they have to push people to the as much far as they can with their limits. But
Well, I don't understand why anyone's still going to work, to be honest. I mean, like, if you're working in a grocery store for minimum wage, I do not know why you're there.
yeah,
I
I don't
don't
know.
I don't know. You don't have to be. You shouldn't be.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess because like they'll just find the next person in line to do it. So
Yeah, but the thing is like you'd have to be pretty desperate at this point to be
no,
working
they
for
they
minimum wage.
they look desperate, all right.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, fortunately, I'm able to just walk away and be like, nah. That's with or without the money. I don't care. I didn't, when I walked away from work saying I may not be back until this blows over, I wasn't, I didn't know anything about any emergency relief fund. I
hmm
was like, but whatever. I don't care. I'd rather be alive with, and having to watch my pennies than be dead with money in the bank. No
Yeah,
way.
I just think people with kids or student loans or whatever, they're forced to be there. So
But student loans are all frozen. And if
okay.
you've got kids, the kids aren't in school, so you have to be home looking after them. Because
Yeah, but
you
well,
can
one parent can be.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But
Yeah.
I mean, I just it's everything's just stopped. That's the thing. Like the world is just ground to a halt. So, if you still have to make car payments, like, well, I mean, sure, there's that.
Yeah, like payments, other debt, I'm sure.
I'm
So
sure, yeah. I mean, like
pets, responsibilities, yeah.
pets, yeah. See, these are things that I don't think of. Like,
Yeah.
just don't think of it.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's just like, yeah, I feel like I said, some young people, even though they've frozen those things, like these young people, like I find like they still got to pay some of their stuff, rent and other things. I'm guessing cell phone bills, like they just seem like they have to be there when I see them.
Yeah.
Like, 19, 20-year-olds working in the grocery store, and then the old people have been there forever and been so loyal that they're probably conditioned to be there.
Oh, well, that's the thing. At my place, it's as if they, have been indoctrinated. They drank the Kool-Aid. They for some reason care more about the store than they do about their own life. So,
Hmm.
as far as I'm concerned, if somebody is 60 years old and working at that grocery store and they catch it and drop dead, well, I mean, like they brought that on themselves. Working at a grocery store for 25 or 30 years and you have no money saved up, well, I mean, what have you done with your life at this point? Like, that's the thing.
No, for sure. I know. I just, yeah, probably people stuck with issues and this and that, and then they're stuck there, and then, yeah, they're older and forced to work there, and a virus breaks out. Like, they're pretty much screwed in a way.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
No, exactly. They're
Or
completely
else you can't
screwed.
even go anywhere to get a job, but you can't be fired, right?
No, well, this is the whole thing. This is the reason why I can just say forget it. I mean, like I have type 1 diabetes. So if I catch this, complications could be let's just say I could die from it. I ain't dying from it because of the grocery store wants me to come in and work. Forget it. And I can't be fired because I'm putting my life ahead of my job. I'm not walking out of my job. I'm just not working because I'd rather be alive than put myself at risk. So they can't fire you for that. Under
Hmm.
these circumstances, they
I
can't
heard
fire.
they can't fire people, period, right now, but I
No,
don't know.
they
That's
can't.
good.
They
Yeah.
can't. Unless the business goes bankrupt,
Okay.
then they can't fire you.
Yeah, like, yeah, that's crazy, and yeah, you can't be if you're, yeah, diabetic and stuff. Yeah, don't risk it, don't do it, But I think how we're handling it, like as BC in Canada, they're saying that we're ahead of the curve in a way. We're doing good, but we haven't seen that. Like, they're still saying we haven't seen the hump or the peak totally yet in Canada. So they're like, even though that BC's doing well, don't get over excited because you could easily spread it more, so this and that or whatever they're saying about that issue. But the rest of Canada, Quebec and Toronto, I think they're in some issues.
Well, that's the thing is that like we don't in Vancouver, like people don't like anyone else anyway. So this is just giving the perfect opportunity to keep away from everybody else. Nobody pays any attention to anyone else anyway. So I mean,
Totally.
this is an ideal situation for us here. We're just that snobby that it's like, fine then, I just won't talk to anyone and I just won't go to work. It's like it's even more elitist to like wear. Now you get to wear a mask. I mean,
I know, now you get to wear a mask and do
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Now you
And
get a mask. I know, it's brilliant. That's what my grandma said to me. She's like, if this was old you'd be wearing a mask in a store right now. I was like, yeah, I sure would be, Grams.
yeah. I mean, we're just not doing anything. Just kind of we're just stubborn. We're like, fine then. If you don't want us to go to work and you want us to just stay at home, fine. We'll do that then.
I think that's what we will handle it then here. Like, chilling inside and just actually taking it for what it is, because we're doing better. And yeah, hopefully they'll catch up and we'll see, make sure we'll keep doing the same thing to, whatever, get this going. If that's
Well,
really what's going to help us, then.
yeah, I mean the key is like they just keep drilling it in our heads. Don't go out.
Yeah.
Don't do the things that you think you should be doing. And the thing is don't let your guard up. Don't be like, oh, it seems fine now. Like if once the curve flattens out and, there's less deaths every day from it and less infections reported every day, it doesn't mean all of a sudden, well, open all the businesses because obviously we've got this under control. Because as soon as you get people gathered together, and people not wiping stuff down, well, it's just going to it's just going to rise again. So we just have to like stay the course and just be like, well, I guess this hermit lifestyle is what we're just going to have to get used to until they tell us otherwise. The one time when we have to trust the government implicitly.
I know, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm like so far removed from all of that, of the government and all that. But
well, you listen to the teacher giving us our talk every day.
I know, but I just watch it and like I just watch it for like I don't know. Like I watch it because he's handsome more than I watch it for what they're saying, because I don't really. You know, the stuff I'm into, David Wilcock and all these people and like all this stuff. I mean, I take it as much as I can, and yeah, if there is something out there and that's what's gonna help us, I mean, I know there's something out there, but it's just like if that's gonna help us, like, you know, do what they're saying and all this, sure, I'll do it for a while. But it does freak me out that they're pushing it to like closing everything down. But I mean, if that's what it takes for now, but it just, to me, just witness this is like kind of absurd, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like in the beginning, when it first started happening a few weeks ago, he's like, listen, guys, I keep telling you not to go out. And I keep seeing videos of people like hanging out at the beach. You don't want me to have to do anything drastic. So
I know. Yeah, he doesn't want to. Yeah.
Play the game and don't go out. Because if I have to do something, it's like a veiled threat of like, oh, martial law.
I know. Well, that's what I mean. Like, even if it is not martial law, like, I feel like they're pushing it to this level to almost like, yeah, that there is a virus, there is all this, but even if it was like actually 100% natural, this virus and all that or whatever, you know, like, and they just use this as an excuse kind of to push this so far. But I don't understand like crashing the economy that bad and stuff. It doesn't make sense.
There's no choice, though. We don't have any choice. The economy is going to have to crash, or else you're going to have you-know-what on your hands, and that's anarchy.
No, I know, for sure.
Just give people money and be like, okay, guys, calm down, you know, just buy your toilet paper and your crazy, you know, your hand wipes and your sanitizer and just hang out at home. There's plenty on TV. Nothing's changed. It's just, you don't have to go to work. Here's a few bucks. I mean, sure, it's going to destroy. Like at the end, when they've got to recover from all this, it's just going to be a mess. But the good part is it won't be our concern. It's the government's concern at that point. We won't be like, okay, guys, you have to pay back all that money we gave you. It's like, no. Trust me, this, as soon as we can, all of us as, you know, a global community can get back out and shop, oh man, is the economy going to spike.
Yeah, I know. People will be loving it. And when they open other stuff to go to finally.
Exactly.
And yeah, like on this stuff, on this channel, I don't usually get like to go too heavy on the politics just because, you know, it's just how it is, right? Like it's dividing. It divides people, I find, a lot. So I don't really like going into politics, but this is above like views in some levels, because like it's impacting everyone no matter like what you believe about it, right? So
well, yeah, this is society's problem. This isn't like it doesn't matter what party's in power at this point, as long as it's how they're treating how they're dealing with it. And fortunately here in Canada, we're all kind of dealing with it quite well, and we're able to take it quite well, and we understand the idea as a country of like, you know, kind of like buckling down and just being like, this is what we're going to have to do, and this is what, as Canadians, we have to do for other Canadians, is keep away from them. And that's fine. It just seems to make sense, you know. It's like, at least we're not being told, you know, crazy stuff like, you know, the country will be open by Easter. You know, like it's like, that's just, you know, we need to, the economy doesn't matter right now. The economy won't matter at all if 3/4 of us are dead. So keep us alive, because we all pay taxes. The more people alive, the more taxes there are in the country to pay. So that's all they're interested in, and that's fine with me. I'd rather be alive than dead.
It's crazy, like how just everything about it. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, there's not much we can do.
No.
You can't fight it.
No,
So
I just go with it because there's
yeah.
nothing you can do. But I'm just when this is all over, yeah, like I know, like people be pondering what this really meant for a lifetime.
Oh, for sure. No,
So
this is the lasting effect of this is going to be incredible. Like it's going to be incredible. Like we don't know how we're going to be in the like a year after this is over, how
mhm.
it's going to still be affecting us. Like
Oh yeah, no, I don't see it ever going back 100% ever. Like almost like no, not after this.
no,
Just doesn't seem like it.
we're always going to be gun shy of other people now, of like
Hmm.
people being sick around us, like forever.
Hmm. I know. Yeah, a generation of people paranoid on this, but yeah, yeah, it's pretty interesting, but I think we're dealing with it pretty well, in most ways. Like you're dealing with it like with work. You tried your hardest, you did the best you could until someone at your work that was in your same change room got sick, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, so you did your part, man. I'm proud of you. I tell people, man, I tell people all the time at grocery stores now and everywhere, like, I thank them, and even the people at the post office, I told them today, like, I thank you. And the guy like doesn't even like me much, and I could tell during these times, like trans didn't even matter. He was like, "Thank you," and shit. He was happy too, right?
Yeah, yeah, no
And I
kidding.
was like, "Now we're good." But it's just, yeah, no. I feel like as a country, Canada dealing with it okay because Canadians will probably listen for the most part, like you're saying, and will crack down and all that. So and the work, like you did, like you said, like you did the best you could, right? Like they shut me down. They shut us down after Animal Crossing, so I had no choice but to.
Well, yeah, but I mean that shows common sense on the part of your store. It's like, okay, maybe we shouldn't, a store where they have things where it's designed for people to come and hang out, that store can't be open.
No, no, for sure. A designed to browse and touch everything type of store. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, so but yeah, they shut it down but how's it impacting you like financially, this whole thing?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like my plan of saving money has finally paid off for me because it does not matter that I'm not at work because uh, I've got money in the
Good
bank
good
that I
nest egg.
yes, to put it mildly. So I mean, it's like I said when I walked out of work and said, forget it, I wasn't even thinking about like, oh, the government's going to give me money. I was just like, oh, well, I just won't work for 3 months. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. I can do that. I have
Yeah.
the ability to just walk away. And this is what bothers me is that people are forced to work because no one's ever put any money away. And I mean, like,
Hmm.
I know that's kind of like me being like, well, why haven't you put money away? And that's hypocritical because like I didn't start putting money away till I was like like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's 47 years of my life that I
Didn't
just
put any money away.
I never had a cent
Hmm.
to show for anything, right? I was
Awesome.
living paycheck to paycheck. But
Mhm.
now that I've actually saved money, I'm like, come on, guys, like everyone can do this. If I can do it, everyone can do this. No, I mean, granted, I have like there's special circumstances around how I can save this money that I don't want to get into. But I mean, like, I have very few bills and my rent is low. Let's just put it that way.
Hmm. Yeah, so that's not it's pretty good then. Like you already had a nest egg. You know, other setups are good, so you're pretty good financially. You're not freaking out about this. Like a lot of people freaking out with like trying to pay their stuff or with their kid or this and that, right? So.
Well, no, that's the thing. I made one phone call 2 days ago, and and the government sent me $2,500. So I mean, I'm fine with that.
Hmm.
If they're going to pay me $2,000 a month to stay at home, guess who's staying at home?
Hmm. Yeah, I know there's other countries that actually just pay you for doing nothing. Actually, it's
No,
fun.
it's living wage because it makes it so that you still contribute to society. Like,
Totally. No, it's brilliant.
yeah, exactly, and that's what this is.
Hmm. Oh yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, no. So, there it's pretty good. Even for me, like, it's okay. Like, they were still paying me from the store. Like, we'll pay you for these weeks, and then I can apply for other things, and you know what I mean. And have
Hmm.
other things. The OnlyFans garbage is like doing well, and like, all that stuff is like, yeah, there's other incomes coming in. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, not too like I'm not freaked out. I'm even saving money because I'm not going around and buying stuff. So
precisely. I mean, that's the thing, is that like we're kind of a special case in this, because neither of us are really that adversely affected financially by this crisis. Like, in fact, we're benefiting because we don't have any way of going out and spending money at random now.
No, I've saved money since the crisis. Like, saved more money than I usually do.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, the government sent me money and I put $1,000 on my Visa card from it.
Yeah,
like,
nice.
When you can just drop that and be like, well, I don't even need that, I can just put it on my Visa. Well, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean, is that like we're in a special position that other people aren't in. And I mean, like, I'm not gloating about that. I worked my ass off to get into the position that I'm in. So
I took my clothes off.
Hey,
yeah, no,
you're working your ass off too, but in a very,
sure.
very different way.
No, it's funny when stuff like that all comes together. But yeah, no, you said you have worked your ass off to save that much money that you've saved, and to do that, like, from selling some of your collection and just working hard and saving. That's something to wow, impressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, is that but the whole point about this is that in order to do something like this, you need to sacrifice parts of your, life. Like, things have to be sacrificed. You can't live in a place that you can only afford rent. Like, you can barely, like, living paycheck to paycheck, you'll never get anywhere. You will get somewhere. You'll end up dead and broke. So you have to sacrifice things. You can't live in a place that costs half, 3/4 of your monthly wage. You can't, because you'll never be able to get ahead. So you have to downsize, and you sacrifice now in order, you pay it forward to yourself. That's all it is. You just do without now, and in the future, hey, you're living the high life, and that's what I'm doing. Fortunately, that's, I decided at the right time, just 2 years before a global pandemic. So it's great.
Timing is incredible.
Yeah.
But no, it really is. All those 47 years you didn't save, that's probably fine because of what's happening now.
Well, I mean,
it was now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, I spent, however many years, 25 years drunk and on drugs. I mean, like, for God's sakes, well, good thing this pandemic didn't happen back then, because I would have just been dead. So
yeah, I know. That's what I think. If I was in another state of mind and all this right now, and like old me, like if this happened like 2007, I'd be screwed.
That's right. They'd be putting us in a pine box right now.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. I hear a lot of people saying, like, just about it, like, in general, like, thank gosh we have internet, thank gosh we have fast computers and streaming and webcams and web phones and blah blah blah. Because people that can't see their moms and grandmas in nursing homes and all this stuff, people are seeing them on video and blah blah blah. I know it's not as good, but people are saying during this thing, at least we have all that. So.
Well, that's the thing, is that, like, we're so connected that at least we can keep tabs on our friends, make sure they're okay, and like the distancing thing. Like, all my friends I don't have any friends in Vancouver. I just have family here. I have no actual physical friends in Vancouver at all. So everyone's at least 500, 600 miles away from me anyway. So like, I'm that distancing thing is fine with me. There's no way I'd give it to any of my friends, and I talk to you on Skype or on Discord or whatever, or on Xbox, like, all the time. So, like, no real difference. You're at home, I'm at home. Like, so it's not really bothering. That part is just normal. Like.
Yeah, no, I do miss seeing a few people, but I mean, it's just they're like, really paranoid, or like got families and doing their own thing, like everyone's shut in. So, but yeah, you do. It's still, for me, like, I am mostly like just working, seeing the people from work, and then I just work on my stuff and content at home a lot. So yeah, I'm not so hurt. Like, I can't go to a bar. I don't even drink or anything, and I'm not upset. I'm not on the patio in the sunlight with my drink. So I'm like, it's not huge. But I am missing, like, hitting the pawn shops, hitting the value villages, and
I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's that's one way that we're being extremely inconvenienced, is that selfish, why can't we go to Value Village, every 2 days? And like, that's fine. I mean, like, we're all affected in different ways, and because like we're not worried about our kids or our, like we know our family is key, like we're in contact with them all the time, so we know that they're like safe and stuff like that. So like, we're not, the stress level for us really isn't, it's more of a self-imposed stress level that we've created for ourselves, because we're not worried financially, we're not worried about being sick and like talking to other people, because we're not going to do that, we're not stupid. So like, it's just like, well, like, we can't shop, we can't
Yeah,
shop.
like I was saying, like I know it's selfish and all that, but yeah, I did panic over I got my nails done tonight by someone, but like it was like, I just was panicking over the little like manicure like things and like taking care of yourself stuff that I like to do, because it's just like, yeah, it is a part of my life now, and like it just, I know it sounds weird, that's what I'm panicking about, but
Well, because it's the things that make you human, you know what I mean? It's the things that connect you to, like, that make you able to feel like a human being. And like, once those are removed, you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm just a guy in a cave, or I'm like a caveman. It's like, I have to, I'm not, all those mod cons that we're used to, and then they get taken away from us. It's like, well, those are all part of me.
I know, I just felt selfish in a way, because it's like I'm worried because my nails are growing out and eyebrows a bit, and then like someone's grandma's on a respirator, it's
Well,
just.
exactly. Well, no, that's the thing. Like, I have legitimately whined, like, I have nobody to make me an espresso drink, because I don't have an espresso machine. Like, I'm not made of money. But like, so I used to go out like once every few days and get, a lovely barista somewhere to make me a coffee drink. I can't do that now. So, I was kind of choked about that. But then again, that's $5 in my pocket that I'm not spending. So I
Yeah,
guess it's
it's,
okay.
yeah, I don't like too much fancy coffee, so like I still getting like Starbucks and Tim Hortons and stuff, but you can't go inside, so
No,
it's
well,
weird.
that's the thing. I mean, like, I granted, most of the coffee stuff that I do is at home anyway. They still, I can still order fancy coffee beans from around Canada, and they've dropped shipping prices on it as well. So because like, now that everyone's shut in, people are going to have to order more beans. So I'm taking advantage of that as well. So, I mean, it's those little kind of tiny selfish things that you have to, it's who we are, right? Like, you can't fault us for being
Yeah, I
toy
think it's
collectors and game players and stuff, right? It's part
yeah.
of who we are.
Yeah, I think it's part of like, people, for me too, like anxiety written in a way, like not over this stuff, but just anxiety in general. Like people that have high anxiety in times, like they like routine, right? So it's like you
Hmm.
like getting the coffee, you like going and looking at the Valley Village, you like maybe checking out a game store, you like kind of just, the routine of it, right? And then come
Hmm.
back in and work. That's what I used to like to do, because I'm not a fan of early day. Early day freaks me out. That 11 o'clock in the afternoon, I like to either be out or go for a walk or get a coffee and go hunting and then come back and like get to work.
Well, it's, the options have been removed. And it's not by our choice. It's not like, well, I'm just not going to do that anymore. It's like, well, no, you can't do that anymore. So the options have been removed. So once your options have narrowed to the point where you can do basically 5 things, period, and that's it. Like, well, one of the 5 things are you going to do? And one of them, sleeping.
Hmm.
So it's like, okay, well, come on. Like, your routine, like you said, it's just, everything's thrown for a loop, and we just don't know. It's hard to find order in this.
It is, yeah. No, like I made up new things. Like, yeah, I go to the Starbucks or something, go through a drive-through now to get my coffee. So it's like, okay, at least I can leave once a day to do that. Sometimes there's a big line at the Starbucks, so I'm like with the cars. So I like that,
Hmm.
because then I'm like in my car, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, at least I'm out. And then, and I don't even really go anywhere else. I'll go to the grocery store once a week, like they actually suggest. I'm actually doing that, so I'm not going. And yeah, I have checked Walmart's once in a while, and I have got lucky with those Netflix Transformers figures. But I mean, I'm still not even going there much at all, you know.
Well, no, I mean, this is the thing. Like, I thought about going to Walmart, but I'm not going to stand in a line outside of Walmart to go in and, everyone else is buying groceries, and then I go in there to like scope out their Transformers figures. I mean, like, it just feels like I don't even want to be that near to people. Like if
Mm-hmm.
like I just I'll just wait this one out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go a bit. Like, yeah, I was in that line. I did that, but yeah, Kelowna, it's busy but not busy, so it's like, and especially if I go right through the door and just straight to the Transformers and out, it's like a straight line basically.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe a left turn, but it's still not like it's not too crazy. And like I said, I've gone like Monday or Tuesday, like really like more earlier, so wasn't too bad. But yeah, no, it's risky, it's freaky.
Yeah.
Sell with the people just standing in the line and just with how that, but it has impacted my collecting, like a bit, like it's just sad. It sounds weird, like, oh, I can't get this stuff, but like you said, it's just fun to chat with people, have small talk, collect stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, part of my week was like, oh, well, geez, maybe this Tuesday I'll go to Ages 3 and Up and see if I can find a used figure that'll be cool. And I can't even do that. Like, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I find a new store that I really like going to, and then it's like, nah, that's you can't do that either. So it's really like, I did buy some stuff off Craigslist, or no, well, kind of like Craigslist, like a week ago. But I mean, even still, that felt really weird, like spending a couple of $100 on figures while everyone else is like kind of freaking out. It's just like, meh, I don't know. Am I a bad guy? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Well, you got to do what you got to do to feel like a human being, and you know, that's what I did.
Yeah. No, that's what I did too, or do, like, just go to the place, talk to people, look through the stuff. But yeah, I have saved money over it because I'm not actually impulse buying and stuff. So I mean, there is a lesson there too, I think, about it. I have thought about my collecting, and I've reflected on like impulse buying more lately, to tell you the truth. I have bought stuff on eBay and stuff. Like, I ordered a couple things and a figure and stuff, and but it was way more high quality and something I actually really want, instead of just going out and like maybe finding something I don't really want. Like, games I'll take and I don't care, but I mean, like, figure wise, like, I might buy a stupid Marvel Legends figure that I don't want to buy, but now that I'm stuck in and can't buy that, I actually spent my money on like a good Transformer or a good figure that I wanted.
Yeah, you're focusing. You're able to focus more because you don't have like all this stuff shoved in your face that it's like, oh well, I'm going to buy that and that and that because it's right in front of you. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing right in front of you to buy, so you have to like go in your head and be like, what kind of thing would I actually want? And that's the same with me. Is like I'm finding things that I actually want and ordering them. Granted, they're probably more. It's probably going to work out to be more expensive in the long run than buying a bag of Transformers at the Value Village. But I'll
Mm-hmm.
get things that I really want and that are
Mm-hmm.
better quality than a Bumblebee with one arm missing.
Yeah, for sure. No, totally. Bubble, yeah, and yeah, even my friend from Ages 3 and Up or whatever helps him out. He was telling me that like the other Seacons and the Optimus came in, and yeah, I'll actually have money for them because I haven't bought anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So,
I mean, really, there is it for every cloud has a silver lining, and this is it, I guess.
yeah, did you see those? Did you see them on Ages 3 and Up? They had that Black Prime on there, like at the store photos. Like, did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yours there? Oh no, you didn't get that. You got the new Megatron.
Yeah, I got the new Megatron. I didn't see, the black one wasn't up for pre-order when I
Hmm.
looked. Like,
Hmm.
I didn't even think I'd be able to get it, so I didn't even bother looking.
Yeah,
So,
totally. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, the Black Convoy, he was like so quickly in and out because it was just like he was announced and then he was already shipped. So,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, overall, yeah, how are you dealing with the quarantine in the sense of just like, yeah, like, are you gonna be able to deal with it in the long run? Like, are you dealing with it?
Well, I mean, like my old job when I used to work in irrigation, I used to get the winter off. So I had December, January, February, I didn't work at all. And the first month, you're just loving it because it's like, oh God, I don't have to work. This is the best. I can sleep in. I can do whatever I want. The second month, you're kind of like, I've kind of run out of things to do, and I've played all the games I want to play. And the third month, you're just thinking, when can I go back to work? Because I am so sick and tired of sitting around doing nothing. So I'm used to kind of it, but like I'm only used to like 3 months at a time. So I don't know if it lasts longer than 3 months. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, they were saying today, like I said, the slow year, 12 months vaccine process, but I don't think it's gonna be total shutdown for that long, but it's gonna be like, only some people here and there. So I have appointments for May 8th. So I mean, some places think they're gonna be open May 8th. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a diabetes specialist appointment, and I just got a phone call today where it's like, oh no, your appointment's still on, only it's going to be on the phone. So I don't even know what that means. Like, they're going to phone me up at 1:30 next Wednesday, and I'm going to have a chat with them about something. And that's it. So, that's what's happening, is that you've got phone appointments now.
But May 8th, like, that's almost a month or something away. So, and
Yeah.
that's an appointment I'm going into. I don't know if it's going to for sure. They said they might have to push it back, but as of now, that's what it is. But we'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
But
hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. What will I do? But pretty grim. Have to wear a hood like a Jawa or something apparently eventually. But yeah, go into Jawa farm, you'll just see the reflection of my glasses.
Yeah, you just wear your hoodie, but wear it backwards so the hood flips up over your face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's classic. Are those ones that zip up and they make a mask or whatever?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you could wear one of those now into a grocery store. So, but yeah, how it will affect us overall and all that. I'm not sure. Like like we've already talked a little about in this podcast. Like the repercussions of what is happening is going to slow down everything.
Yeah.
Like company wise, like stuff is not going to be coming out. Like if you had I don't collect big statue figures and all that, but I saw all these people that invested in these Marvel Legends figures and these statues, these hot toy things, and all that got pushed back like a year. The Olympics, they pushed back a year. It's going to be on an odd number. That's never on an odd number.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just this is the thing, is that like the world's changed. And we're sitting right in the middle of it right now, and we have to either change. We have to change with it. There's nothing else we can do about it. So, in the long run, I hope what we all take out of it is that we that don't take anything for granted, because it can be pulled out from under your feet in a month, and everything can change.
Yeah, no, I know. Don't take it for granted. You kind of mentioned people might stay away from each other more now. Like, are we scared that catch a flu from someone? But do you think there'll be more compassion for people or society or?
Well, I mean, not in Vancouver. I mean, there's no compassion here. Nobody cares. So this is the thing. Like,
I guess so.
It's you just take a look at our downtown east side. There's no compassion in Vancouver at all. Everyone here's a cold nut. They don't care about anything but themselves. You don't make eye contact in Vancouver because everyone's looking at their phone. This is the thing with this town, is that it's garbage here. The people here are all like basically garbage. So I mean, it's here. It won't. It might in smaller communities, or it might in Europe. I can picture it more in Europe than here. But I'll tell you, like it's
who's up next? Europe.
yeah. I mean, it's just gonna. People.
What about your trips to Europe? Is that gonna be postponed?
Come on. What do you think?
Grubgun. Think Grubgun push back?
Yeah, you think I'm jumping on an airplane to Europe anytime? Just no way. Sorry. Like no chance. No, that is postponed. It may not be till 2022 at this point. And then, maybe the people that I was going over there to visit, maybe they'll all die of this, and then I won't have to go over there. So, I mean, this is the thing, there's enough, and I've saved like $4,000 by not having to go to Europe. So,
weren't you saving money to go to Europe, or were
Well,
you,
I mean, it was
yeah.
part of the savings, but I
Oh,
mean,
okay,
like,
yeah.
it was going to cost me like 2 or 3, well, maybe 3 grand spending money or whatever while I was over there for 3 weeks. But like now, I just have to redo my plans.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I know, will they let everyone fly soon? Like, how do you think it'll affect the travel industry?
oh, well, that's the thing is that like the travel industry right now is completely dead. There is no travel
Right?
industry. No one is. If you're planning a vacation now, well, you need your head examined
Yeah.
because there's where are you going to fly to where anything's open? I mean,
I know, I saw
nowhere.
some videos of people like actually still on the beaches in Mexico, and locals were actually getting mad at them and stuff. It was posted on my local Castanet or whatever, but
Yeah, yeah, I
it's
saw that.
scary. I think they were already there, like they haven't left yet, right? So it's like it's not like they just flew down, obviously, right? But still, like, very, yeah, just the travel industry shut down. Yeah, your vacation is shut down.
Oh yeah, and I've been
Sucks.
planning that for months.
Yeah, yeah, like almost a year, wasn't it? Or
More or less, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, needless to say, I'm a little ticked off about that.
No, for sure.
But on the other side, the selfish part of me kicks in, and I'm thinking, well, boy, oh boy, hotels are really going to want people to come in and spend time and spend money in places. So there'll be deals.
Oh
I'll end
yeah.
up getting deals. So I mean,
I was thinking that too. Even if I go to Vancouver, I could easily get a hotel with like nice stuff for like pretty cheap, probably, and just spend all the extra money on figures,
that's the way to do it.
trade some stuff in. Yeah, I know. So yeah, there's upsides coming. Like travel within your own country, upsides, but
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing. I mean, like I've changed my plans for my, hopefully by September things like clear up because I have 3 weeks off in September. Well, I mean 3 weeks off. What does it matter when you're not at work? But I mean, like that's my actual quote unquote vacation. But like hopefully everything clears up by then because then I've just adapted my trip. So I was going to come and see you like next month or something, but now it's pushed to September so I can like make the vacation longer and see more things around the area because I won't be in Europe.
you sure won't be. No one will be. But yeah, it's just
No.
very strange in that sense. For me, traveling, as I don't believe in much, like I went to Portland. That's the only time I've been out of the country. But for me, it's hard for me to even travel 4 hours away, so I wasn't as impacted by that. But I am sad for people. I don't even know like stewardess and all that. Are they covered by that? Obviously, that fund or must be. Hey,
I
yeah.
guess, yeah, I
I
would
don't know. It's
imagine.
weird. Like, just like, yeah, that was your job. That's all shut down. I mean, they're still flying some people, but probably very limited, right?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. When I see a plane flying overhead, like a large airplane, like a proper airliner, I'm wondering who's on that. Where's it going?
I
Like,
haven't seen any planes lately now that you mention that. That's crazy.
yeah, I saw a couple yesterday, and I was like, where are these people going? Like, is that plane have anyone on it? Are they just flying it around to keep the parts working? Because
Yeah.
there's nobody flying anywhere, unless they're just flying home from another country.
Mm-hmm.
I
Totally.
can't, I can't picture anybody being like, "Oh, let's go to Paris." No way, no
Well,
way.
yeah, let's go to Italy.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and whatever. Yeah, that's
yeah. But yeah, no, it's scary. But yeah, travel stuff, I think we will get through it. Like, we will. The effects will be lasting for years, and some things will be changed forever. Especially, things will change with people like not remembering this thing. But yeah, the huge like age group that was impacted by this.
yeah, yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
we'll always remember the time that we were forced to basically quit our jobs.
Yeah, to be paid, and the only time New York is shut down, the only time that every sports, every event, every concert, everything is shut down.
Yeah.